In the endless blackness of space, something extraordinary is happening once again. A mysterious visitor is approaching our sun, an object unlike anything we've ever seen before. It's not a planet, not a star, and not just another rock drifting aimlessly through the cosmic sea. It's something that challenges everything we thought we knew about the universe, something that could change the way we see our place in it forever. Back in 2017, Earth encountered a strange object that came from the deep void of outer space. At first, no one knew what it was, but we soon realized this visitor had traveled for millions, maybe billions, of years, crossing unimaginable distances from another star system before finally passing through ours. It was the first interstellar object ever detected. Astronomers named it Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning scout or messenger from afar. And that name, messenger, turned out to be strangely fitting. When we first spotted it, Oumuamua was already heading away from the sun. It had made its closest pass and was racing back into the darkness. That alone was astonishing, because every object in our solar system is bound by the sun's immense gravity. Planets, asteroids, comets, all of them orbit endlessly around that burning star at the center. But this object was different. It wasn't trapped by gravity. It was free. It was moving far too fast to ever be captured. By the time we observed it, Oumuamua was traveling at nearly 87 kilometers per second. Twice the escape velocity from Earth's orbit. That's fast enough to break free from the sun's gravitational hold forever. Its trajectory wasn't elliptical like every planet or comet we know. It was hyperbolic. That meant one thing. This object came from beyond our solar system and was never coming back. At first, astronomers thought it might be a comet. After all, comets often come in from the outer reaches of space. But this one behaved differently. It had no glowing tail, no visible outgassing of dust or vapor that comets usually release when they pass near the sun. So maybe it was an asteroid instead, a rocky body, dark and solid. But that didn't fit either, because it was moving in a way that defied explanation. Something about it was off, and the deeper we looked, the stranger it became. When astronomers tracked its motion, they noticed something shocking. Oumuamua was accelerating. Not slowing down as you'd expect when moving away from the sun, but speeding up. There was no visible force, no jets of gas, nothing that could explain the sudden boost in velocity. According to the laws of physics, that shouldn't have been possible. Rocks don't accelerate in space. Something had to be pushing it. And yet there it was, drifting silently through the void, speeding up as it left us behind. Then there was its shape. Based on the way sunlight reflected off its surface, the object wasn't round like an asteroid. It was long and thin, possibly 10 times longer than it was wide. Like a cigar tumbling end over end through the vacuum. Some thought it might even be flat, like a pancake or a disc. Its brightness changed dramatically every few hours, suggesting it was rotating as it traveled. It shimmered, reflecting light in a way that made it seem polished, metallic even, not dull like space rock. All of that led to one unavoidable question. Was this a natural object or something else? You see, when an object behaves in a way that can't be explained by normal celestial mechanics, when it accelerates on its own, when it shines too brightly, when it doesn't fit any known category, scientists have to start entertaining the unthinkable. Could Oumuamua have been artificial? Could it have been a probe sent from another civilization drifting silently through the galaxy? That idea wasn't just science fiction. In fact, respected astronomers, and including Harvard professor Avi Loeb, suggested it might be exactly that, an alien-built light sail using sunlight itself for propulsion, a technology that we humans have only recently begun to experiment with. But before jumping to conclusions, scientists searched for another explanation. They analyzed its orbit, traced its origin, and found that it appeared to come from the direction of the star Vega, one of the brightest stars in our northern sky. Vega is no ordinary star. It was once Earth's North Star, around 14,000 years ago. It's been studied for centuries, and it's moving toward us faster than almost any other star in the region. But that doesn't necessarily mean Oumuamua came from Vega itself. It could have simply been ejected from another nearby system long ago, wandering aimlessly through interstellar space until fate brought it close to us. After millions of years adrift, it found our sun, and for a brief, fleeting moment we caught a glimpse of it before it disappeared forever. And then, as mysteriously as it arrived, it was gone. For a while it seemed like we'd never get another chance to study something like that again. After all, it had taken humanity's entire history of astronomy to spot even one interstellar visitor. But just 2 years later, in 2019, something incredible happened. Another object entered our solar system. This time, we caught it early enough to study properly. This new traveler was named Asteroid Borisov, after the amateur astronomer who discovered it. Like Oumuamua, it came from outside the solar system, moving on a hyperbolic path too fast for the sun to capture. But unlike its mysterious predecessor, Borisov behaved exactly like a comet. It had a bright halo of gas and dust, a long tail, and the unmistakable signature of sublimating ice as it approached the sun. It was our confirmation that interstellar objects really do exist, that pieces of other star systems occasionally wander into ours. But the story doesn't end there. In 2025, astronomers have discovered yet another interstellar visitor, one they're calling 3I Atlas, the third of its kind, and this one might be the most extraordinary of them all. Atlas was first spotted by an automated telescope system scanning the skies for near-Earth objects. It was still far beyond Jupiter at the time, about 4.5 times the distance between the Earth and the Sun. But even from that distance, astronomers could tell this was something special. It was massive, perhaps 20 kilometers across, and moving even faster than Oumuamua. Unlike the others, Atlas is coming in from a completely different direction, not from ahead or behind, but from the side, crossing through our solar system at a sharp angle, like a cosmic T-bone collision. This means it's likely from an entirely different region of our galaxy, possibly from what's known as the thick disk, a layer of ancient stars that surrounds the thinner, younger regions where we live. But its sheer size makes it far more powerful than anything we've seen before. Could be. The solid core and center could be over 11 kilometers wide, older than our solar system itself. It's expected to pass close to several planets on its journey. Imagine that for a moment. A frozen relic from a time before our sun was even born, now entering our neighborhood for the first time. As Atlas moves closer to the sun, its behavior is already turning heads. Unlike Oumuamua, this object does have a visible coma, a cloud of gas and dust surrounding it, which means it's more like a comet than a rock. It will sweep past Mars at just 28 million kilometers, then glide by Venus and finally pass near Jupiter before vanishing back into interstellar space. By cosmic standards, that's practically a tour of our solar system, almost as if it's deliberately studying each world as it goes. Some have even speculated, half seriously, half in wonder, that this path seems too perfect to be random. Could this be another messenger? Another scout from beyond? The timing is strange too. When Atlas reaches its closest point to the sun, Earth will be on the opposite side. It will pass through the inner solar system, hidden behind the sun, shielded from our direct view. Coincidence? Maybe, but it's enough to spark the imagination. Unlike with Oumuamua, though, we now have the chance to study this one in real time. We have telescopes trained on it, instruments ready, and spacecraft already orbiting Mars and Jupiter that could, if carefully maneuvered, attempt to get a closer look. Some mission planners have even proposed using the Juno spacecraft, currently orbiting Jupiter, to intercept Atlas as it departs the solar system next year. It's a long shot, but if it works, we could finally answer questions that have lingered for years. What are these interstellar visitors made of? How common are they? And, perhaps most intriguingly, could some of them be signs of intelligence beyond our world? If Oumuamua wasn't an alien probe, scientists believe it could still be a fragment of a long-destroyed world. One theory suggests it might have been a shard of the frozen nitrogen. chipped off the surface of a distant Pluto-like planet when it was struck by another body billions of years ago. As it drifted closer to a star, the nitrogen ice would slowly vaporize, creating a tiny but steady thrust that could explain its mysterious acceleration, all without any visible tail. That's what makes these objects so fascinating. Every one of them carries a story, not just about itself, but about the universe that made it. Each interstellar traveler is like a message in a bottle, thrown across the vast ocean of space, carrying fragments of other worlds, other stars, other times. As we watch Atlas move closer to the sun, we're not just seeing a ball of ice and rock. We're witnessing the history of the galaxy itself, a relic from another corner of creation, paying us a brief and silent visit before it disappears forever. And maybe that's the real message these objects bring. Not proof of aliens, not a sign of danger, but a reminder of just how vast and ancient the universe really is. How small we are in comparison, and how much more there still is to discover. Because every once in a while, something from the deep, cold void passes close enough for us to glimpse, and for a brief moment, it feels like the universe is whispering to us, reminding us that we are not alone, but part of something much greater, something infinite. So keep watching the skies, because somewhere out there another mysterious traveler may already be on its way. A silent messenger, heading toward our little corner of the cosmos, carrying another secret that could once again change how we see everything.